And the next match of the night at ECW Heatwave was the ECW TV champion Mikey Whipwreck versus Chad Austin. Now, a little bit of research I do on Chad Austin. The Austin name sounded kind of familiar, and a lot of a lot of wrestling fans, especially today, the old school wrestling fans would remember another name more particular. Chad Austin is another name. The Austin name was very kind of vague, familiar to me. Now, no, I'm not talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin. No, I'm talking about another one. I had heard the story about this kid, wrestler guy, named Chuck Austin, and I look up when this occurred. Chuck Austin was someone hired by the World Wrestling Federation very briefly, unfortunately, around December 1990. He was hired as a jobber wrestler. A match with Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels in a match. I think tag team with Leif Cassidy. I know it was with Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels. Unfortunately, Chad Austin didn't work well in the match. Something went wrong with the Marty Jannetty move, and he was paralyzed permanently. Ugh. And the name Austin sounded familiar with this wrestler that Mikey Whipwreck would defend the ECW TV title during the Heatwave show with Chad Austin. The last name sounded familiar, but this Chad Austin, he worked really well. I looked him up, and he's mostly worked the independent circuits. He hasn't wrestled much after into the later early 2000s. But this match with Mikey Whipwreck, Chad Austin was managed by Jason Knight. It was a really good match, and he really gave Mikey Whipwreck one hell of a time. Now, Mikey Whipwreck, I'm a big fan of Mikey Whipwreck. I've always wanted to meet him. I always enjoyed watching him. You know, there's one thing about that Joey Styles described in this match, their fresh faces, the up-and-coming wrestlers that were working their way up the ladder. Yes, great description. I look these guys that he described, fresh faces, the new guys, that in a sense you would think are jobbers to the others. No, ECW never considered any of their wrestlers jobbers whatsoever. You win or you lose, you work your way up the ladder. You prove yourself. I really, really enjoyed Mikey Whipwreck. I get a kick out of his name, the Whipwreck name. You know, kind of the whip. But no, I like that name. It really fits him. And especially when he picked whoever chose a song from it was a rock group name, a music group named Beck. And it was a song that Mikey Whipwreck came out to. It was called Loser. And it really fit him. That's why I was a big fan of Mikey Whipwreck for a long, long time. I still am. I very much want to meet him and get his autograph. I'm a big fan of Mikey Whipwreck, and he was defending the ECW TV title against Chad Austin. It was a good match, very good match, and it was a good wrestling match. In the time, the records of the show say it lasted about 9 minutes. The ending of the show, the ending of the match, was kind of strange. And I don't think I've never seen a match ending like this in history, strangely enough. It was a very good wrestling match. Enjoyed watching it. Especially, if I've never really seen Chad Austin before. The strange ending is that Jason Knight, he interferes quite a bit. Punching, kicking Mikey Whipwreck a little bit outside. Interference. Then Jason, he actually suplexes Mikey Whipwreck up on top of a table and smashes on a table. I'm surprised the referee's never seen how blatant Jason Knight was to Mikey. Then Chad, he does a kind of a Tully Blanchard modified slingshot suplex, but he went, rather than going back a full slingshot suplex, it was front face, what Joey Styles described, front face slingshot suplex. And the strange thing it ended is, Chad pinned Mikey Whipwreck. 1, 2, 3. Referee hands Chad Austin the TV title. Then something happens. I don't think it's ever been repeated in wrestling history. And we've seen some reverse decisions. And this has occurred this way, but not the way you have to check this match out. It's not, the megastar wrestlers that things like this could happen to, but not the way Chad Austin did it. He said he did not. He's just telling the wrestling fans of Philadelphia, I dislike you. You don't deserve a title change. You're the one that won the TV title. You just pinned Michael Whipwreck. He then, okay, this is the ironic part. With all of Jason Knight, his manager's interference, that helped really help him put Mikey down. Chad Austin, I don't know if he showed it. I don't know if he had it in his hands. I didn't see. He directly tells the referee, I used brass knuckles to knock out beat Mikey Whipwreck and pin him. The referee quickly rings the bell, but it says reverse decision. Mikey Whipwreck is still the TV champion by reverse disqualification. Wait a minute. I was thinking he was going to tell the fans or say that Jason helped him beat Mikey Whipwreck. That's why I thought that Jason was going to be mad at Chad Austin. Chad tells the referee something he didn't do. He didn't use brass knuckles. He used wrestling maneuvers to pin him. And Jason Knight's previous interference. Honest to God, that was one of the weirdest, strangest, dumbest. Not dumbest for how it happened, but for a wrestler to intentionally tell a referee what he did He's telling the fans, I'm preventing you from a TV title change because I don't like you. I don't think any wrestler would care, especially the heels, the bad guys, villains. They wouldn't care how they won the match. Weapon or manager or outside interference to win the title. You don't want the fans to not like you because you don't want the fans to see a title change. That's what he told the referee. And there was no brass knuckles. There was no weapon. It didn't make any sense. But Jason Knight, he tells Jason, no, the TV title belongs to you. So this is really a peculiar ending, strangest ending. And we have, as wrestling fans, if you've seen 20, 30 years as much as I've seen, that's one of the strangest endings. And we've seen it all. This is one of the strangest endings. That a wrestler intentionally disqualified himself, tells the referee that he did something that he didn't do. That his manager did the interference. And he did the ring work to defeat his opponent. Tells the referee that he did something he didn't do to prevent the fans from seeing a title change. That he's going to win a TV title. I don't think Dusty Rhodes ever thought that one up. This is a new ECW in 1994. I'm glad I saw it. The irony is I was at this show. And I didn't pick up that one. It says it is a disqualification. Okay, Mikey Whipwreck's still TV champion. Somehow I missed this part. But Mikey Whipwreck remains a TV champion, defeating Chad Austin by a disqualification that Austin has himself intentionally disqualified. Okay, fans. Historically, if you comment if this has ever occurred before, afterward.